Welcome to another video on AskStuart.com. It's great to have you here, and today I'm going to be answering a question from Mr. Michael Evans, and Michael's actually a community member of ours in SFM. And I guess his question is around, producing productivity. So I'm going to read you the first part of his email. I'm going to cut it down a little bit, but just to give you the gist and get into the question itself. So Michael has written in here, and here's how he's starting out. Hey Stuart, I need your help. In fact, I need it badly. For the past few months, I'm finding my productivity is down the toilet, but it's not through lack of trying. Funny thing is that 10 years ago, when I was in my mid-20s, so sounds like Michael, you're about the same age as me. When I was in my mid-20s, I really found it quite easy to get stuff done. I'd have pretty big to-do lists, but it was no problem ticking them off. It's a very different story today. In fact, it's fair to say that I'm struggling to get momentum in my business, in my personal life, and also my health. Every time I look at my to-do list, I feel completely overwhelmed with everything, and I'm just not as motivated or focused as what I once was. However, at the same time, I know I really want to progress my life. Could you give me any advice on how to break this trend and start getting some momentum? All right, Michael. So I guess, by the way, I kind of skipped a couple of lines there. If you are watching this, Michael, but it was just to kind of keep it brief. But here's the gist of what I see. You're saying you're in a productivity rut. You're in a momentum rut, and it's something that you want to break out of. Now, you mentioned in there that you used to be maybe more motivated, or things came a lot easier. And the first thing I want to say to you is, please don't put that down to how you once were and it's just not how you are today. That, just from a belief perspective, is actually quite sabotaging. And look at it more this way: life comes in cycles. When I think about my own personal life, I'm 35 by the sounds of it, or doing a bit of math, you're about the same. I can tell you, as an entrepreneur in particular, this last 9 years, I've had many different cycles. There are weeks and months where I'm in flow, I'm producing, things just seem to come that bit easier. There are also months where there's a real uphill struggle and really challenging. And I can relate to what you're saying, and I know many other individuals watching this video will as well. This feeling of just not getting stuff done, overwhelm when you're looking at your big to-do list, and it's just actually causing you to potentially procrastinate because you're just not maybe feeling like you've got as much self-esteem, or feeling as good about yourself, or confident in terms of your ability to do stuff. So I want to say this is that, again, I cannot stress enough, don't think of it as a perspective of you're a different person to what you once were. Just look at it as a cycle that you're going through now, and that's a cycle that you need to break, something that you need to come out of. And I'm going to give you some advice in terms of what I think may be helpful for you. And I can tell you as well that this is absolutely very, very relatable. A lot of people always assume, people say to me all the time, how do you get so much done? How have you built so many businesses? How have you achieved so much by the time you're in your mid-30s? And they sort of see me as this master producer. And I've got to tell you, anyone who knows me on a personal level, I'm not that focused. I'm easily distracted. And I definitely go through cycles, quite frequently, frankly. I have got better at being in a state of flow and managing my state, but it hasn't come easy, and I don't expect it to come easy. It's something that I work on. So the advice I want to give you is this: is don't look at this huge list that you've got right now, and don't think the answer is to get really, really organized and structure everything out and try and tackle everything at once, tackling your personal life, your health, your business, trying to get everything done, because you're actually going to probably find that that's just going to make you procrastinate even more, because you're just not in that state of flow. Your energy is not where it needs to be in order to be a master producer. So what I want you to do is actually think a little bit smaller, and it's not often that I would say that, but this is what I'm going to suggest you do: is every day focus on just one or two things for that day. And the things that I want you to pick, doesn't matter what area in life it's in, whether it's in business, with your family, your relationship, whether it's in your health, or your gym regime, or whatever else it is. But just pick two things that you're going to get done that you will feel really good about at the end of the day for getting them done, even if they're small things. Maybe it's you feel like it'd be nice to take your mum out for lunch or dinner. Maybe it's a phone call that you need to make. Maybe it's to get down to the gym, or go for a swim, or treat yourself, go have a jacuzzi and a sauna or something. But just think about one, 2 things would be ideal that you just know you'll feel great about. And another way to look at it as well is, even if it's things that you don't necessarily love doing, maybe for example you need to file some returns or do some claim or something, paperwork or administration, and it's not something that you really enjoy, rather than thinking of it as I've got to get it done as a negative, think, when I go to bed tonight and I reflect on what I got done today, that thing that I got done, that I strike off, this list that I have, how am I going to feel about it? And don't think about all the other things that you're trying to work on. Don't actually think about your bigger life goals right now and the things that you really want to achieve. And definitely don't dwell on the fact that you think that you used to be more of a producer or more productive, because that's not a belief that you want to be embedding. So the real answer is to grow momentum back, is to nurture momentum and start to revitalize your flow and focus. And I think there is no better way than doing it than to think a little bit smaller and just focus on 1 or 2 things that you will feel really, really good about. And don't feel bad if they're fun things or personal things rather than business. Business can wait 99% of the time. At the end of the day, if you want to build and grow a sustainable business, the health of you, the CEO, the founder of your business, is more important than anything. So if you need to take some time to focus on some of your own personal things, meditation, take a break, do some fun things, then absolutely do that, because what's going to happen is you're going to start to feel better. You're going to start to build momentum. That could include growing your self-esteem and just starting to, feel more proud the way that you walk, and rather than dwelling and beating yourself up. I think in life we've got enough other people in this world to do it for us. We definitely don't want to do it to ourselves. So I'm going to challenge you to do that, and anybody else who can relate to your question, is tomorrow morning pick 2 things that you're going to get done that day. And I would go off almost gut reaction, like when you think, what would I like to get done today that would just make me feel really good? Maybe it's clear the garage, maybe it's tidy a bedroom, maybe it's take the wife out for dinner. Whatever it is, write them down and make sure that you get those things done and ignore the rest. Watch what happens. Repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat over the next 5 days, the next week. You will get that revitalization that you want, and you will feel just like you did 10 years ago in your mid-20s, and maybe even better, because you'll actually have such a whole new appreciation for how you were feeling before and how great it is to get it back, as I would say. So hopefully that's been helpful. Great question, something I can relate to. I think many others too, and hope you find that insight, or the insights, supportive in moving you forward. That's it for this video, and I'll see you in another one very, very soon. Take care.